Okay, seems like everything is all right. Let me quickly confirm the sound is working fine. Shouldn't take long. This one I must change. Okay, seems all right. There is a little bit of delay, but apparently everything is okay. So let's start. My name is Hightech for those that don't know, and on these live streams I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, what I think about it, regarding 11 years of my experience, and in between the lines I explain what high-tech meme coin is and why you might be interested in it. And yeah, Jesus is king, and let's go. Let's start. So guys, this is a second, this second live stream I'm doing today. So for those that watched my first one today, the early, let's say morning one, you guys should be stunned. Why? Because literally everything Alagbokun Stephen says hello. Alagboku or Stephen. Stefan? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Stephen, I think. Yeah, hello. Welcome to my show. So yeah, if you guys watched my previous live stream, you should be stunned because exactly what I was predicting has happened. Um, so since SPYX was not doing very well, it was already indicating us S&P 500 is going to open bad. What literally happened? It will probably drag the crypto market behind it. So yeah, I said expect Bitcoin will have a little bit of additional negative volatility, and we went below 100k, right? So of course altcoins got dragged behind it with it, and right now, as you see, we are right now in this. Right in the middle. Right now, right in the middle in this support zone I marked here, which should serve us, at least in theory, should serve us for a great floor here, quite a solid ground to stand on. And I don't think we should really, pierce through it. I mean, right now it looks kinda scary as of yet, but we've been just not even one full hour into let's say today, November 5th, according to UTC time. So that is why, yeah, I would hold my horses if I were you. First, let's see how this one develops um, throughout the day. Although I must say, because as you see, SPYX is not stopping; is actually experiencing more selling pressure. Right, SPYX is a tokenized version of SPY. It's still experiencing a selling pressure. So yeah, if this continues tomorrow, then probably Bitcoin will dip slightly more, and probably altcoins will also see a little bit more of a downside here. But yeah, I don't expect us to come down to 195 and go even below that one. I think should be out of the picture. It will be extremely weird if that happens. So looks like altcoins are just seeing today a double maximum oversold levels, something that does not happen very often. So once this selling pressure eases, we must see a very spectacular bounce from here, and probably finally a start of an altcoin season. That's my guess. That's my take. And I know, right, as we speak, it goes against what I've been saying here, what I've been predicting, but it is what it is. I mean, you must learn that this market has a very wide range of movement. So even if it goes minus 50, that does not mean the altcoin zone is over, right? Like for example, okay, here it went minus 30, right? To minus 50, maybe from the top, from the very top, local top to the very local bottom, let's say from here to here. Okay, from here to here, it will be beyond minus 50. To here, almost minus 40. So in this market, that range of movement doesn't really tell you anything. Because why? Because once it starts to rally, it goes literally hundreds of percent, or sometimes even thousands of percent. So what is 50 minus 50% if we put it against, I don't know, plus 1000%, right? That in absolute gain would be plus 500, right? So yeah, it's very difficult to learn it. Rona Vox says hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Immediately subscribe if you haven't done so. Alok Bokun Stephen, he pasted his CA address. So yeah, that makes you eligible to get an airdrop, although of Hitech, of my meme coin. Although it's not like I'm giving airdrop to anybody. I will be much more keen to give it to somebody who participates in conversation, somebody who is active member and becomes a member of my community and is an active member of the community. To those people, I will definitely have a very light hand to send airdrops. Because why? Because otherwise, I will just get random people here coming only for the airdrop, and they'll be receiving airdrop and then immediately going. So that's why it's not going to work like that. So if this is why you subscribe to the channel just so you can paste your CA, it's not gonna work, right? I will be airdropping to people, but I must see engagement, right? I must see that's the incentive to be engaged here. Not only consume the content, not only hear what I've got to say as a professional, as somebody who is in this space for 11 years, um, but but then as well enjoy airdrop. So that's a huge extra, right? A huge, incredible extra. So yeah, the most mad I am at Bitcoin dominance because this one just keeps. I don't know if is Bitcoin dominance listening to what I say on these live streams or what, because it's supposed to break down long ago already. It had a couple of occasions to do so and it refuses. It constantly refuses. It says this is Sparta and goes other way around. But yeah, when we get those spikes, wild spikes up. But as you see, this one is much less impressive than this one here, meaning that definitely the steam is fading. So that's a good sign. It probably went up like this for the last time. So yeah, and as soon as I said, you should not be coming here and say hi only to receive airdrop if you don't want to become member of the community. I see one person just unsubscribe. So that's good. That's good because I don't want to force people here. I don't want people that come to beg. This is not what this channel is for. This isn't, we are trying to make something constructive here. This is not a charity, at least not yet. I mean, when we do really really well, then definitely I will be sending to different charities sizable chunks of money, but this is not the stage of it. This is not the stage. It's way too early. This is the project, the meme coin I've created here and I'm responsible for. It's definitely in way too early stage. yet way too early days to, you know, throw it around without anything in exchange. So yeah, just a brief explanation of what we are doing here. And by the way, I've been in contact with one person responsible for marketing at BitGet. So BitGet is sixth largest exchange. Is it largest? No, maybe it's not the largest, but it's the sixth one listed by CoinMarketCap, right? So BitGet is here. So literally at sixth place, right? Is it by volume? That in volume? No, it's not by volume. Weekly visits, not by weekly visits. Markets and coins. I don't know how they rank it, but yeah. But as you see, it's at sixth place. Maybe because of how much holdings they have, or something among those lines, probably. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in contact, or I actually started a dialogue with a person that is interested in me doing promotions for BitGet in some shape or form. So that means probably BitGet will be investing in high tech. Why? Because the only way I will be promoting any other product here is through, I mean, I will be giving exposure, right, on this channel to any other product or service other than high tech meme coin, which is not a product or service. Is if they buy it up and brand the token, then I will be, of course, be talking kindly about them and make a short, brief introduction who they are and what they've done, right? What they've done. So that will literally be giving them exposure. In this case, BitGet, but it can be any other type of crypto market, right? And one could be asking, boy, but what are you talking about? Because you have like 150 subscribers, 155 subscribers. How come BitGet comes to you and wants you to promote anything? Well, that's because I have another another YouTube channel that counts almost 1,000 subscribers. I run it in Polish. Or aside from this, I have a Facebook group that counts 4,000 people, also crypto focused. So yeah, I have somewhat intrinsic, let's say, reach of around 20,000 people in total. Whenever I monthly, of course, monthly. Whenever I talk about something, post something monthly, it will reach around 20,000 people. So that's nothing to underestimate. Normally, if you want to pay, for example, to YouTube for the same kind of reach, you will have to spend quite a lot of money. Like, for example, if you want to generate views in Western countries, YouTube will charge you around $1 per view, and one view does not guarantee you literally anything. It guarantees you zero, nothing. It will not get you a subscriber or any benefit, right? And $1 will just go to hell. So, for example, on this YouTube channel, from what I know, what I've calculated, I get one subscriber per 1,500 views, around one subscriber. So imagine $1,500 per one subscriber. That's very expensive. That's damn expensive, right? But that's what they charge. So there are better techniques of getting subscribers, like, for example, making airdrops. That's definitely way cheaper to get subscribers and attract people to your channel. I highly recommend. So that's why I'm following that path, and yeah, it has been working very well. It has been working very well so far. So I will continue to do so, at least until I get 1,000 subscribers. Probably much beyond that too, because it's fun, right? It's fun. It's not really much money. It doesn't hurt the project itself if I send half a high-tech cent, let's say, to someone. It doesn't hurt the market here, and it still increases the number of people that are holding the asset, right? Like it used to be 63, now it's 78 because I've airdropped some. Some unfortunately immediately sold it, which is sad. That saddens me. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people sold it. And yeah, that's why I decided to make a little bit of a selection, make it, raise the bar slightly to who I will be sending it because it makes no sense, right? I'm giving a share. I'm not sending the money. I'm giving a share. I want the person to, get interested in what we are creating here, not just, get money for a snack or something. This is not a how you call it, a pocket money, right? I'm not handing over a pocket money to anybody. So yeah, so far as you see, Bitcoin dominance is rising. Oh, and I almost forgot regarding high tech, and I'm sending more and more DMs on X to different exchanges. Like for example, when you go over here, you see I've been sending messages that to them asking about partnerships and collaborations, and some of them already have answered. Some said that they're not interested. Some redirected me to other, let's say, contacts. So yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on engaging, crypto services and exchanges in this project. And at some point, it will happen because there is a lot of them. There is a lot of them, and my offer is very, very attractive price wise because I don't really require any minimum. All I require is just buy up this token and show me that you brand it. And I'll be talking about your service, what you've done, right? And you can choose yourself how much you want to destine for that, how much you want to, spend on this. My viewers will judge. I will not judge it. My viewers will judge. So if you think, I don't know, $10 of a buy up here and branding it gives a good name to your business, I have no problem with that. I will let people know. If you think it's $100, I have no problem with that. If you think it's $1,000, I have no problem with that. My viewers will judge, right? So at some point it will happen. So this one, as you see, keeps negating the gravity, but only for so long. Only for so long. At some point, it will have to give up to it. Have no doubt, right? The sentiment is really, really bearish all over the space. I mean, let's take a look how Fear and Greed looks like. It is 20. So on this version of Fear and Greed Index, I think this is the lowest ever. 20, I think it is. Um, this is all. Okay, no, sorry. It was in the chat. I thought it was. So here it was, the lowest was 20, 30 something, and here it was, okay, 15, sorry. 15 was the lowest, I think. Yeah, there was, yeah, 15 was the lowest. Let me, yeah, I don't see any lower values than 15. And that was, as you see, that was April in 2025. No, sorry. Yeah, am I right? Yeah, yeah, but it was April 2025. So you see what happened shortly after we went up, right? So the lower the sentiment is, the more likely it is that we are at the tipping point, at the pivotal point. So it makes absolutely no sense for us to now start collapsing, start crashing. Fundamentally speaking, that would be something very, very weird, something very, very uncommon. Probably the walls are holding us here right now. Jack7 posted his sole address, but Jack, let me tell you, if you're not engaging in the discussion here, if you came here only to post the sole address and then leave, you will not get the airdrop. It's for members of the community, for those that want to be part of this community I'm creating here, and that people, showing me their activity here, that they have passion. They have passion for crypto, for dialogue, for conversations. Those will be getting airdrops. Not anybody who just comes here and wants to grab an airdrop, right? So if that's you, then unfortunately, we will see, right? We will see, because if for example that's the only thing you do, you just post an address, you're not going to say anything, you're not going to create a conversation here, um, then that will not work. That will definitely not work. Okay. So what else I wanted to discuss? So one thing, yeah, we have to be very careful with what SPYX is doing. And as you see, it keeps going lower, even lower. It can aggressively reverse, just like it did here. It can do exactly the same, like literally, I don't know, a couple of hours before S&P opens, the American stock market opens, it can spike up, and everything will be okay, right? No big corrections will be seen anywhere. But I rather warn you that tomorrow we can see a little bit more of selling pressure across centralized exchanges. As I see it right now, yeah, it's probably what awaits us. Thursday will be super important. How Thursday will go. If we get a green daily close, then probably we'll finally see a turnaround, a huge countering move, given how oversold the altcoin market is. So that's what I expect, to be honest. I'll be surprised if we keep falling down on Thursday. If Thursday is red, then definitely we will. But I don't expect that to happen. But I've been wrong in the past. Like for example, with Bitcoin dominance, this one is just negating me and negating me and negating me, but only for so long. Remember that, because I already told you about this guy here, right? That Trump insider with 14 successful trades in a row. I warned you that this guy is going to get liquidated, because that's an account of market makers. They want you to to get used to that you can follow this guy. He's trustworthy, and he's your way out of let's say of financial dependencies. All you've got to do is just to trade on the same leverage as he does, and bet on the same sides. I told you he's going to get liquidated. Why? Because they waited for huge accumulation of capital, of liquidity on one or the other side. Then they or I don't know, on both sides, right? Then they open a long position here, so they polarize, polarize the liquidity, opened a huge countering trade, which was a short, probably spread across multiple accounts, and then dumped the price and liquidate and grabbed all of that liquidity, right? So it's something that happens very frequently, but recently it became, let's say, much more fashionable to do it this way, right? So on dexes, once in a while, a mystery account pops up of some, mysterious inside trader that has amazing results until he gets liquidated, right? And that history will repeat over and over again. It's going to become a very popular modus operandi, so mode of operation. It actually already has become. So yeah. Let's take a look at CryptoX. Let's see what stories are popping up now. Patrick CPA, get ready to see Bitcoin at 60K. I don't think that's going to happen just yet. Maybe sometime this cycle, but not this year. I rather bet on Bitcoin going to 150K now than going to 60K, to be honest. Here, as you see, we have crypto bubbles on the screen. MMT just got listed on Binance and it just went absolutely parabolic. But I don't trade, I never trade listings on Binance. I don't like to trade them. So, I skipped it. ICP, on the other hand, it gave me a plus 100% trade today, which is very nice to see. Mostly I'm out of the market, but this one did the job amazingly well. Let me show it to you. Yeah, as you see, it caught it right at the peak. Right, that's amazing. Right at the peak. It was actually quite close to fall short. It was quite close for this not to be reached. Oh yeah, don't judge the winners. I've got it. And to be honest, I expect price to consolidate above this level of how much is it, for 485 more or less. I think we are going to consolidate here more or less. Go sideways for a couple of days, few days, and continue with the uptrend. I think I'm going to get a second double here in this trade, because here just initial investment was withdrawn, so remaining 50% stays in the trade. So the higher it goes, the closer it gets to my second double. The second double is at plus 300%, and third double is at plus 600%, plus 1,200, and so on, right? So it multiplies by 2 every single time. So yeah. So as you see here, yeah, if you are really lucky, you allocate it into the right coins, you could make some money today. But let me remind you to stay away from the futures market. I think the numbers that we can see on Conglass, speak volumes for it, like literally, figuratively, and literally speak volumes. $660 million of liquidations in Ethereum, $618 million in liquidations for Bitcoin. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've seen numbers this high. It's been quite a while. Okay. Well, let's switch this one off and let's go back to my X timeline. Still like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't done so. If you are coming here not from the side of my X profile, not through my X profile, I posted about this live stream, but you just found me somewhere on YouTube, subscribe. Because I live stream multiple times a day, recently twice a day or even thrice a day sometimes, at least once a day. I will live stream and I will, give you my take on what's going on. So yeah, Bitcoin, as you see, is returning below 100k. And that's probably motivated by what is going on SPYX. So SPYX is a glimpse into mindset of TradFi, what TradFi is thinking about the whole situation when it's not trading in non-trading hours. So yeah, we can see slightly lower prices tomorrow, unless something changes within the next few hours, of course. And then probably we'll see a powerful short squeeze, another powerful liquidation event, because quite few big figures in the space, they are cheering for bear market to start. They think a bear market is just around the corner. It's literally, I don't know, the beginning of it. And as we just examined on crypto fear and greed index, that's statistically very risky to be betting on it, because every single time we're so low, we're bouncing, right? We're having a really, not only bounces, we're having really nice rallies. And you know what? Let's take a look at that unstable, more aggressive version of crypto fear and greed index, because this one is on CMC. It's like much more, let's say, benign, much less volatile. But the one that is, oh damn, I mistyped. Okay, now for a second I thought I got cut off. Alternative wasn't in this one. You know what? Okay, sorry sorry to keep you waiting. Crypto fear and the green index. Let's just like this. Okay, sorry guys. I didn't want to show you the history of my browser, so that's why. At 23, okay, and let's take a look how this one has been doing then. This was 20, but we don't have any overlay with Bitcoin price here, unfortunately. That's the bummer. So now 23, and here was, where is it? It's 25. Okay, here on a couple of occasions we went even to 9. But we are literally in this territory in which is very, historically speaking, and statistically speaking, it's very risky to short it. It's actually, it would be much better to give it a little bit more time. I mean, for the sentiment to recover, rather than jump the guns right now. So yeah. But yeah, at least I'm getting some views. I see, even though not that much, not that many at this hour. I have no idea where YouTube is showing me right now. So yeah, brace. Yeah, be ready. Eventually, be ready, right? For slightly lower prices. And how is the others doing? So I don't know if you remember, but I was saying shortly after this dip, this crash here, I said we should get another dip, which I call secondary dip, and then we are off to the races. And I was back now, I of course, because I didn't know which one it was turned out to be. I mean, yeah, it would turn out to be, because I told you, you never know in plain sight. You never know if it's already it or not. you you always find out way after. So I don't know if it was this one and then we are off to the races, or it was this one and we are off to the races, or maybe it was this one here and we are off to the races. But now, as you say, apparently it must be this one because it's definitely the biggest one. The only question is where it will exactly land. It should not go below this one here. If it goes below this one here, then it means this downtrend will last longer. No week should go below this one. So if you know only this, it should be quite easy for you to recognize when you should not be allocating into this market, right? Which dips you should not be buying. If this low gets taken out, we will have to wait like another 2 or maybe even 3 weeks before situation clarifies, clears out. So it's a little bit, pain in the bum, but it is what it is. I'm telling you exactly. But it's unlikely. It's very unlikely. And recently, so many things I said that unlikely have happened. That the more it happens, the less likely it is the next one will also repeat that. So that's why I'm getting I'm getting more and more confident in saying that's unlikely. So yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see what else people are talking about. I'm buying this deep. I'd rather go broke than live with regret. Okay. Who is that guy? I don't even know who he is. Founder of Kochstein, partner with Gemini. Okay. After this live stream, I'll have to send out some more DMs in search of partnerships. I've got like 100 DMs left just to centralize exchanges, and I haven't even started with decentralized ones. Atlas, if you have 80 to 100% of your net worth in crypto, you're simply a retard. I actually do, but it's actively managed, so I'm good. So I'm good. I lose maybe 10% of the market loses. So it's a completely different game when your portfolio is actively managed by a sophisticated trading system. Even if it trades only on spot, and mine trades only on spot. So yeah, of course, if the market goes aggressively down, I do lose, but it's 10% of what the market loses. So whenever it recovers, I make like 60 or 70% of that on our recovery. So I lose 10% of what market loses on the way down and win 60-70% of what market does when it rallies. So that's an amazing proportion that long term works like a charm. I'm officially done with crypto. Guy, who, who is he? 91.5k followers, owner of Obey Alliance. What is the Obey Alliance? Let me check it. What is this? Ah, it's some gaming channel. Apparently, okay. Every morning I'm either checking charts or watching my bugs bleed, always feeling to get rugged, drained, or liquidated in my sleep. So don't trade leverage. Everything is going to zero, and even Bitcoin feels like it will be the biggest pause in history, especially with all the market makers recently. I'm exhausted from the stress. My mental health is way more important than these casino tokens. I'm leaving the crypto space forever and letting this account and my wallets rot here. Life is about peace, and I have over a decade of emotional instability and borderline insanity being here. I want my crypto era behind me. My new goal is to get a regular 9 to 5 job, take regular vacations, and never worry about social media again. I think he's pranking. So that you so thank you everyone for supporting me all these years. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you achieve all your goals and riches. Please do not contact me again. This is officially goodbye. See you in 15 minutes. Yeah, I felt so. I thought so. He's just pranking. Message for 99% of analysts on X. Please apologize for your followers. To your followers. You called for alt season and strong Q4. You led them straight into slaughter. Apologize and you will earn my respect. Okay. All right. So Dr. Profit, he thinks this is ending here, right? But he had quite good calls in the past. I must admit, on few occasions he got it spot on. So I pay respect where it's due. I strongly disagree with him on this one for the reasons we just discussed. But I must give him that in the past on few occasions he was very right. But I've been very very right on many occasions too. I've been wrong recently. I've been wrong on especially when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. That one these days gets me wrong every day. But in the macro picture, yeah, I've been calling it really, from a mile away. King investing, at what price will you be buying Bitcoin? Well, I don't know. It all depends on my algorithm. When my algorithm starts to allocate, then it will buy it for me. Justin, Jim Cramer says he likes Bitcoin as a hedge. As a hedge to what? Okay, let's listen to him.
Yes, you do.
Again, I like it as a hedge because I am thinking about my kids, a 35 and a 31-year-old who might get stuck with this bill of the government, and I don't see anybody in the government being.
Yeah, but this is a very old interview. Okay, he posted it November 4th, but this one is old. Breaking. Jim Cramer just said he likes Bitcoin as hedge. We are going to zero. This one is old. He did not say it now, unless he repeated himself and he said very closely what he used to say. But this one was funny. Vivek said he posted it funny. Breaking. Jim Cramer just said he likes Bitcoin as a hedge. We are going to zero. Yeah, this guy is unbelievable. No, but we are not going to zero. Don't worry. Bitcoin has few amazing applications. I mean, the one that is usually named is that it's your own money, that nobody can freeze you, nobody can block you from sending it, and that's largely true. I mean, there are ways to kind of block your transaction on Bitcoin. It's not really blocking, but for example, if your Bitcoin is marked and let's say recorded in as tainted, for example, in some systems, let's say governmental systems or something, or exchanges or something that your Bitcoin comes from illicit sources, then yeah, you would think you are paying for something, for a product or for a service, and in reality, those funds will be seized, and you will not get what you paid for because it's transparent. So that's the biggest, um, let's say, shortcoming of it, but the biggest negative about Bitcoin. But other than that, you're pretty much free to send it to whoever you want and nobody really can stop you. And second huge applications of Bitcoin is that you can literally harvest renewable energy with it, just with internet connection. If you have a source of renewable energy, just with internet connection, without any vicinity of power grid, you can harvest that. Because normally, you know, when you have a renewable source of energy, you, let's say, inject it into, connect it to the power grid, and you know the power grid, the let's say electricity company, they pay you for supporting their network. They buy that electricity from you. But even if you don't have such connection, you can store the value of that solar energy, for example, or wind energy or whatever other renewable energy, in Bitcoin, and then sell it as Bitcoin. And that's an amazing application, mind-blowing application, actually, amazingly useful. So, and that's something practically nobody talks about. So don't let people convince you that Bitcoin has no value, and it is the safest transactional network database in the world because of its hash power. The strongest, network secured with greatest hash power ever. Da Vinci Jeremy, it's highly likely that the Bitcoin bull market that kicked off sooner than expected, resulting in an early conclusion, with this month potentially marking the bottom. Okay, the bottom, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, the sentiment points to that. The sentiment is so low. Like, people are bitter. I've been on my Polish live stream. I checked comments in some posts on X, and they were not very positive. So that's good, because that means people got burned, and I didn't have to search for them. I didn't really have to search for them. If Bitcoin goes below 99k, I will buy 0.5 BTC and post the receipt here. Okay, it went below. Vote Cuomo, Dan Held. I don't know who Cuomo is. Tommy thinks that the fair value of it is 12k to 22k. That's okay, nothing related to that. It was 11 hours ago. Sorry, I didn't check the hour. Otherwise, I would not read it, because it's way outdated by now. This is not really what we want to talk about. It's interesting. On my vertical live stream, I receive no views anymore. That's annoying. Okay, maybe now. So yeah, I mean the most bearish, let's say, price action we can get on others is if we fall below this zone, try to get back to it, and we encounter resistance. That would mean probably that will give sky high probabilities that probably this gigantic head and shoulders will play out, and the target of it is really, really low. I mean, this market would get completely obliterated if that happens, which I don't really believe. But if it happens, it will give amazing opportunities on those that will start buying when the upward momentum comes back. So yeah, so you see this one actually shows that minus $44 billion, which is of course not true, because it cannot go that low. We must measure it like this then. And here to here, minus 55%. So another minus 55. Like this. Yeah, so we would go back to levels from the deep 2022 bear market in that sense. I mean, in that instance. But like I said, once we, if we reach those levels, once we consolidate, find a hard ground, and start to take off, it will be absolutely epic. I mean, the pumps we get will be absolutely epic in percentage terms. Here they will not be looking as anything impressive. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll get, let's say, a rally up to the zone, but up to the zone back again, like 195. But on many coins, in percentage terms, it will be like, I don't know, plus 500, plus 600, plus 700, left and right. Huge gains. So it's not like, it's not like you will not be able to make money on this market anymore. Absolutely not. You just must know what to do. You must have a system and basic knowledge of how it really works. Guys, share, like, and subscribe if you keep watching, because I'm not sure if the data I get here is actually reliable. And yeah, Better Chief says Washington and Wall Street have fueled Bitcoin's latest rally, calling it an unsustainable bubble that could collapse once institutional support fades. Tyler, if your altcoins are down 90%, don't worry. They can still go down under 90%. Yeah, they can. That would make, of course, minus 99%. That's why altcoins, you should not DCA altcoins until they are at minus 95% from their all-time high. Then you can start to DCA altcoins, not before. Stocks are flying. Gold is printing new highs. That was 13 hours ago, so it's outdated. Gold is falling. Gold is falling together with Bitcoin. Take a look. PAXG, USDT. You see, it's falling together with Bitcoin. And probably will continue to do so. Probably to keep waving down. Who knows? Maybe it will even come down to 3,300, somewhere there. I think it's very, very probable. So yeah, name a famous Japanese person without using Google. Kurosawa, Satoshi Nakamoto. No, not really. Who was the creator of Dragon Ball. What was his name? I have it at the end at the back of my head. What was his name? I forgot. Oh my god, how could I forget? It's because it's very late at where I'm at at where I am. Sorry. What kind of an English is this? English is my second language, so from time to time I would say something in a weird manner. Yeah, it's 4:40 a.m. at my time zone. Gordon God says bottoms in. It must be very, very close. The sentiment indicates it's so bad. It indicates it must be somewhere very, very close. Yeah, but you know what? Let's take a look at the comments under this post. God damn it! My whole account is small balances. Problem solved. No money, no problem. Tried hiding small balances. Now my app's offering me mental health tips instead. Okay. Bro, that would hide all my portfolio. Okay, sorry. If it has too much to look at your portfolio today, just hit hide small balances. Okay, this is not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Sorry, I clicked the wrong post. You suck, Gord. You really suck. You see, negative. And Gordon says, "What an ugly dog." Only up from here. Okay, so this one is positive. Gem. Sold in huge loss. Yeah, so negative. And this one, gut says multi-year bear market starts. You see negative. Rectin style says my gut says update CV. Gut feelings age like open interest charts. Yeah, bottom is in for 40th time in 2 years. Gut it says sub 90k. You see negative. Gut equals wrong. You see negative. 89 negative. Where Nasdaq goes, BTC goes. It's that simple. Hopium just long some BTC. Okay, this one's positive. Gut is your type of TA. So does my bank account. Maybe your bottom is it. Okay. One last leg is left. Okay. And this one, try again. Mostly negative. So yeah, so Fear and Greed Index, I think, is telling us the truth. Breaking. Tom Lee has left the country. Where is he? By the way, what happened with Ethereum? I haven't even looked at Ethereum. Let me see. Okay. Back to 3,000. And today, actually, you can still see further downside. So yeah. Interesting. From the local top, actually all-time high. That's all-time high, not local top, sorry. Minus 38%. For Ethereum is not that bad. Ethereum is much more volatile than Bitcoin, so you must, give it a little bit more room to move. So yeah. Okay, guys, you know what? Because it has been 58 minutes of my stuttering here and terrible English, so I think you are tired enough of listening to me. Those that by total accident have found my live stream. So let me wrap it up right here, and yeah, and let me sum it up. Probably tomorrow we'll get a little bit more of selling pressure, but we are already really close to the end of this move. And once markets cool down, we are up for a very nice rally. 100%. This is not the beginning of a bear market. 100%. Mark my words. Okay, guys. Thank you for your time, all. And don't forget to get yourself a little bit of high tech, because like I said, they will be buying it. Exchanges will be buying it to gain exposure, and crypto services, they will be buying it to gain exposure through my media. I guarantee you that's the second thing I guarantee you. It's going to happen, and the price here will be jumping up aggressively. So yeah, thank you for your time.